Welcome back to my podcast, Just One Question. And I am your host, Neelakshi Sengupta. Today we have with us the very talented and sensitive actor, SHERNAZ Patel, once again, and thus giving us one more opportunity to understand her craft. Hey SHERNAZ, I'm curious to understand the changes that you have seen in the world of English language theatre over the years, be it in writing, the adaptations versus originals, the places of performance, the economy, and of course, the audience.
I think the change that I've seen in terms of writing is that when we started out, it was primarily Western theatre that was being done. I'm talking only English, yeah. We were all very comfortable playing parts, being Mary and Jane and Paul, and very international names. And I think slowly, somewhere in the 90s, the desire to do stories, create stories which were more set in our worlds, kind of started creeping into commercial theatre.
Okay.
And for us, as in Rage, we did an adaptation of a play called I'm Not Rappaport, which we made into I'm Not Bajirao. And actually, when Rahul adapted that play and decided to set it in Dadar, on a park bench here, and have a Parsi and a Maharashtrian, because they were meant to be from two very different communities. And as they rehearsed the play, the Parsi would, little Parsiisms would get added, or Maharashtrianisms. So if a Gunda came in, then the Gunda could be Maharashtrian, could be Hindu, depending. So these little local things were just brought in by the actors as well as in Rahul's adaptation. And honestly, when we opened the play, we thought, we'll do 10 shows, 15 shows. But it was this, like a success like we've never seen, with hundreds and thousands of people wanting to watch the play. It also helped that we had, over time, we did the play for many years.
This was 1995-96, right? Yeah, I remember.
And then over time, Baman Irani also became a superstar. So we actually had lines running from Sophia College main entrance down the lane out towards the main road. We'd have tickets sold in black. Things like, which are unheard of for English theatre.
That's amazing.
But it was a lot to do with this thing of, I know these people, I understand them, they sound like me. And I think that for us as a theatre group kind of made us review or re-evaluate the work we were doing. And then since then we've done a lot of original work.
So Rage actually showed the way with I Am Not Bajirao. Well done, indeed. Let's continue, please.
And then from 2001, we started a program ourselves to encourage playwrights called Writer's Block. And through that program now we have worked with over 50 playwrights, writing of course in many different languages, but the whole idea was to encourage playwriting in this country and give playwrights, put them on that pedestal that they deserve to be on. And so we teach structure, form. We take 2 years for each of the playwrights to write and play, which we then produce, because the playwriting process is really not finished till an audience actually receives that text. So the whole process takes a long time and it's very hard work, but the whole idea has been to kind of encourage and develop new voices. And more audiences are really watching that versus an international play.
Hey, that's a great boost to young writers, yeah? And as a result, a lot of new original Indian work must be taking shape?
But I'm of the firm belief that I think both need to coexist. And we've proven that, because Love Letters in its 26th year is still going strong, and it's a completely American play set in a world that is not ours, but it's about love, and that's universal, so it's working beautifully.
Ah, of course.
We perform The Glass Menagerie, which is, an absolutely beautiful piece of literature, and that is going brilliantly. People come and they understand it. They know mothers who are like this, or sons who are like this. Mothers know sons like that, and sons know mothers like that. So people come, they love it, they laugh with us, they cry with us. So I don't think it's black and white. I don't like it like that.
I get what you're saying. There's so much to enjoy from both the worlds.
I think we still need to perform world literature and world plays. It's necessary. We cannot have blinders and only see our immediate world. I think the world has to be much larger than that.
True.
But yes, it has been a trend towards that. Other changes are not really that many changes. We are still struggling financially, majorly struggling. It's still not possible to make a living doing theatre. There's still the whole what is commercial still has to be entertaining, still has to be a comedy or a thriller. If you want people to just sit and think, it's not going to happen in a 1,000-seater auditorium. That has not changed.
Wish there would be more grants to support and help the growth of all art forms, Maybe someday. Thanks for sharing, SHERNAZ, the inside stories of how changes are taking place, one step at a time. We will be back soon to ask you more about the world of theatre. But for now, I shall take your leave with promises for more ahead. This is Nilakshi Sengupta signing off from Just One Question.